Have you ever just looked at a band's bio and something caught your eye? Something you can't ignore? Well, when I was checking out the bio of the band Oh Children, I immediately saw lawsuit. Sued by Bono of U2 himself. Seeing this, I went down a little rabbit hole trying to figure this out. Hello, I'm Miko, and welcome to my channel where I talk about gothy things and just things I like. And honestly, I love lawsuits. I am so nosy. And so today, let us be nosy together. Let's talk about the Oh Children, the band who was sued by Bono. Oh Children, named after a Nick Cave and the Bad Seed song, are a London-based band formed from the controversially named band Bono Must Die. And I'm sure you already see the lawsuit here, but let's finish the introduction to the band. With Toby O'Candy on vocals, Andy Sleeth on drums, Gothier Asha Rista on guitar, and Harry James on bass, the Oh Children uses 80s influences, including the dark and melancholy sounds of Joy Division and the gothic rock sounds of Sisters of Mercy and Fields of the Nephilim. Since the formation of Oh Children, they have found some success in the UK scene and signed with Deadly People Recordings in the UK, which released their 7-inch single in August of that year, the limited edition Dead Disco Dancer. You'll probably recognize this album as it contains a goth club staple, Disco Dancer's Dead. Their previous band, Bono Must Die, was sued out of existence by Bono himself, who, apparently, did not like the idea of people dancing to a band, which he assumed was built on Bono-based hatred. However, according to O'Candy, the band was actually named off of a joke. In an interview with Soundsphere, O'Candy stated, "I put on this false Cockney accent and tried to sing songs about night buses." And according to Hot Press in 2007, the name actually didn't do much to help the band get signed by a label. I wonder why. Bono Must Die was very focused on anti-poverty and tongue-in-cheek songs which had a heavily distorted post-punk sound, and the entire vibe was very not taking too much seriously, which aligned with their name choice. Early controversial success came from riling up the anti-poverty campaigner Bob Geldof, who chastised his daughter Peaches for her admiration of the band. She listed the band under her influences on her MySpace page, and I assume it was the notoriety which caused the band to catch Bono's attention. Although I can't say for sure, as my sources on this matter were very limited, so limited in fact that I had to use old YouTube forums and view articles from 2007. But I did finally find the reason for the lawsuit against the band. Bono literally trademarked his name to prevent anyone from using it, which is a little bit wild if you ask me. But since this was so wild, I did some more research on the logistics of trademarking one's name, and in this sense it meant that Bono had trademarked his name in regards to music and musical instruments, which, as Bono Must Die was a band, meant that this fell under the jurisdiction of the trademark. And more than likely, I don't think that this resulted in a full-on lawsuit just because I was searching the British archives and I just couldn't find anything on it, but more than likely it resulted in a cease and desist order or a notice of copyright infringement. It wouldn't really be worth it for Bono to send an army of lawyers against a group of Londoners just playing some anti-poverty music. Also very interesting thing I found, someone else prior to Bono's initial trademark had used the trademark of Bono for canned and frozen seafood, including sardines, squid, mackerels, and anchovies. So here's a picture of Bono squid. Do with it what you will. But due to this copyright, the band did agree to quit going by the title Bono Must Die and took up the name Orphans, parentheses, FKA BMD, end parentheses. The FKA BMD stands for formerly known as Bono Must Die. Using the abbreviations was a loophole to avoid future lawsuits, as they did not explicitly state what the abbreviation was for. After this and the disbanding of Orphans, FKA BMD, Oh Children was formed. With the experience of the short-lived, highly controversial band fueling O'Candy's creativity and teaching him how to properly create songs he could be proud of, he continued on with his new project. And honestly, I think that's really cool. And with that, we end this week's video. Very short and sweet. I'm sorry, I do have a cold. But I love digging around for things like this. It took way longer than I thought for the very limited amount of information I found. So please let me know any cool band facts that you know in the comments, and have a nice day.